Yo, what's up everybody? It's Connor from Unscripted, back again with another video. In today's video, we are recapping day 1 of the Challenger Season 3 from last night, and as always, we will be doing it off of the script. Before we hop into the video, I just want to say I would really appreciate if you would leave a like on this video and leave a comment down below as well, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. I put a lot of time into tracking these stats, probably a little more time than I would like to admit, honestly. Some of them are easy to get, some of them are not easy to get a hold of. I pretty much had to count just the kill feed for some of these maps, so it took a little while. I would appreciate any love on the video. Share it with your friends. Leave a like. I appreciate all that stuff. It really does mean a lot to me, and it just helps grow the channel, so I appreciate it all. And that said, let's hop right into the video. So as you see on screen, here are the standings after day 1. NYSL Academy and Easter currently are in the lead. They are both 2-0 following last night. I have New York ahead because of the map count. I assume that would be the tiebreaker since they haven't played each other yet. We have Triumph, Generals team 1-0, UT Crew 1-1. Fantastic Four, Methods, Slacked, Dave, and I'm not going to be able to think offhand who the other one is. I'll see in a minute. They are 0-1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Parasites team 0-2, Built by Gamers 0-2, and the Los Angeles Guerrillas Academy team has not played yet due to I think a health concern with one of their players. I think mental maybe, so hopefully he's okay, and that comes first before Call of Duty. So hopefully he's okay, and then they will get their matches rescheduled at some point in the future. But that's how it stands for now. There's the map counts. There's each team's record in each individual game mode, and let's hop over to the matches while we're here. Make sure you can see that. Okay, so the first match we had. Easter beating BBG 3-2, a really good series. Easter took both hard points. I don't think they lost a hard point, actually. I think they're 4-0 in hard point. They did lose the first search and the control to go down 2-1, but they ended up bouncing back, winning a 6-5. I think it was raid search. I think they were up like 5-1. I'm pretty sure it was 5-1, definitely 5-2, but they choked pretty bad, BBG did. That was a pretty tough loss for them. You see the stats on screen there. Pentagram, he had a pretty good series for BBG for sure. He especially stood out in those hard points despite his team losing both of them. He played really well. Played well in the control too. I mean, his whole team, you see the control numbers there on the right. I mean, they dominated the control in the slaying department. But in the search, I mean, Pander and GodRX were the ones making plays where Pentagram he was kind of letting them down a little bit. If he would have stepped up a little bit more in the search, maybe just one more kill, they might have closed out one of those rounds before blowing the 5-1 lead. But they played pretty well in the slaying department in this series. They just couldn't get it done. For Easter, not Fellows' best series, but you see the rest of them. Gravity, he had a really big day. We'll get to that in a little bit, but he had a really big day and a good series here. So they took the first match 3-2. We moved down. The New York Subliners Academy team versus UT Crew. That is Major Maniacs team. New York won this one 3-1. They lost the first search and destroy 6-5, and then they won the other 3 maps as you see. For them, it was Hamza who had a big series, and again, he had a big day between both of his series. Good stuff for him. Spart, I mean, all of them. They all were positive, substantially positive in this series, so it was an impressive showing for them. They made pretty quick work of UT Crew. Other than that search, which was very close, they did not drop a map. For UT Crew, everybody negative but Timmy Phantoms. He was able to go even for the series, so not good stuff for them. They are a good search team. I think they will be a good search team consistently. But beyond that, they will probably have to step up a little bit in the respawns, and that's what we saw in this series. They lost all 3 respawns to lose the series. Triumph, that's General's team, like I said, beat Parasite's team, TMNT 3-2. Parasite's team came out and smoked them pretty big in the hard point. Parasite, I know he played really well that game. He had a 30 bomb in the first hard point, but they were not able to do enough later on in the series. They lost both searches closely and lost the control. Or no, they won. Sorry, they won the control close, and then they lost both searches close, and then they lost one of the hard points as well, so really close series. Parasite, he played really well. I don't know if it was this series. I mean, yeah, he had a 1.21 in this series. His only team member that was positive. On the other side, it was pretty well consistent for the slaying department across the board for Triumph. So good series for them. Get 1-0 and get one in the W column right away. New York Subliners Academy came out and they smoked Built by Gamers 3-0 in their each team's second match of the night. See the stats on the screen there. Hamza again with another big series. Like I said, he was one of the standout players from the night, as we'll see. For BBG, not a whole lot of anything. Panda and Kismet, you see, they struggled big time in that series. Moving down, Easter versus Fantastic Four. I just said Fnatic 4. Fantastic Four, that's Method's team. Decimate was the player I was forgetting earlier, by the way. Easter was able to take this one 3-2. I don't know why I have here in this control. I have the score for the last search is 3-2. That's not what it was. I think it was 6-4. It definitely was 6-4, so I'm going to change that right here. Because it was 4-4, and then they ended up, Easter won the last 2 rounds on Express to make it a 6-4 victory for them. Dave Patey, I don't even know if that's how you say his name. I'll just call him Dave. He had a pretty rough series, that .74 KD. On the side of Easter, once again, it was Gravity stepping up, leading the way in the slaying department for his team, playing really well, ultimately leading his team to the W and getting out of there with a 3-2 victory over Fantastic Four to improve to 2-0 in the season. So good job so far for Easter. They're looking sharp, looking like one of the top teams as we expected. And then finally, UT Crew came out and they beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3-1. They lost the first hard point. I think it was on Apocalypse by almost 200 points, 53-250. But after that, they came out and they took care of business pretty easily. They smoked him in the control, beat him in the search pretty easily. They were up really big, like 100-something to like 8 in the final hardpoint, I think, on Checkmate. I could be wrong, but I think it was Checkmate. And then TMNT ended up coming back and actually making it close. No, it wasn't Checkmate. It was Moscow. That's what it was. They made it pretty close. They went back and forth a little bit, but they ultimately did fall to UT Crew. And there are the stats on screen for that series. Parasite, again, led his team in slaying. No surprise. He's really good in challengers, whatever it is about him. If you like him, you hate him. He has been really good in challengers so far. He's been making plays, making a name for himself down there for sure. So good to see that from him. The seasoned veteran still showing he has it. So I'm just going to move back over to the standings here just for a little bit, just so we can get a better look at them. NYSL, we expect them to be right there. Easter, we expect to be right there. Beyond that, I would think, on paper, probably Fantastic Four would be one of the stronger teams. I would think that UT Crew, they'll probably be in the mix. I think the top 4 teams are probably those 4. New York Subliners Academy, Easter, Fantastic Four, and UT Crew. But Triumph, man, they're getting hot. They've been trending in the right direction after a rough start to the season. They won the Open. They qualified for this stage. They're 1-0 so far in this stage. So they're definitely trending upwards. But I do think Triumph, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Built by Gamers, and the LIG Academy are probably the bottom 4 teams. But it's going to be produce a lot of close matches. These are all very level and pretty equally talented players, so a lot of upsets, or I wouldn't even call them upsets. A lot of close series can happen where a favorite might lose, but maybe they shouldn't be big favorites because these teams are really close. A lot of them are. So that's how it looks right now. NYSL, Easter, and Triumph all undefeated in their hardpoints, so that is good. NYSL actually undefeated completely in respawns. They're 5-0 across the 2 respawns. UT Crew undefeated in the search, not a surprise. I do expect them to be one of the top search teams in the Challengers Elite season. So that's how that looks right now. We can hop over here to the overall stats as well. My head's going to be blocking some of them. I'm sorry, but here are some of the stats. So if we go by overall kills here, like I was saying about Gravity, he was one of the standout players for sure from this opening day. 182 kills across his 2 series did lead the way. Parasite not too far behind him at 170. John and Fellow and Llama God all also over 150 kills total for them. So those guys playing well in the slaying department. If we go by KD here, where did my mouse go? There we go. Sorry about that. If we go by KD here, Hamza, like I said, he was another one of the standout players. He played really well, across his 2 series. Led the overall league in KD from day 1 with a 1.26. Tom Gravity not too far behind him with a 1.21. And then Parasite coming in at number 3 with his 1.17. So a lot of big plays being made from them for sure. Good stuff from those guys. Probably some guys who could be knocking on the door of the league, maybe. Search and Destroy KD, we will do that next. Exotic for Triumph leading the way with a big 1.83 for him. Methods, 1.67. He had a really nice ace on Express. Everybody just lined up perfectly coming out of the terminal, and he just got all 4 of them. I think they were all 4 on the kill cam. It was pretty quick. It was a really quick round, so that was 4 of his 15 kills came in 20 seconds. Phantoms over a 1.5 as well with the 1.55. Look at UT Crew, by the way. I was talking about how there should be a good, strong search and destroy team. They have 4 guys in the top 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 guys in the top 7 and 3 of the top 5 in search and destroy KD. So they definitely, I'm pretty confident saying they will be one of the top, probably the top search and destroy team in this Challengers Elite season. There's still obviously a lot of time to play, but they definitely are looking sharp in that regard. And finally, the control KDs, not that it's as important because it's only 1 map, but I will show them. Let me even do you one better and move my head out of the way so we can see them a little better. So, GodRx leading the way in the control KD. That's interesting. GodRx, one of the top breakout players of the CDL last year, trying to make a name for himself now in Challengers. Saints from NYSL right there as well, 1.29, one of the top amateur players, and probably will find his way back into the league at some point. I am kind of surprised he has not found his way back yet. Honestly, he's been playing really well all year throughout Challengers, so we'll see him eventually. Hamza right there as well, like I said, the top overall KD player from the whole day, so you're definitely going to see him, towards the top of all the different game modes. So that is how the stats stand right now from challengers. I will update this the best I can as we move forward. It might be hard because I won't have the time to go through and do everything by hand like that. I did one hard point map and it took me probably 30 minutes. So if I can, I will do these stats. Hopefully other people who have better access and maybe a bigger crew of people than me will do it. Then I can use them for these videos. But if not, I will try my best. I'll get stats for any map I can or any series I can. But I definitely will do the standings for sure. And I will do the matches as well with the score from each match, because that can be found on the Call of Duty website. They don't do stats for some reason. They just share scores and results. But I'll definitely do standings. And if I can do stats, I will. So that's how that's going to go. I hope you enjoyed the video and the stats update. If you did, I really would appreciate it if you leave a like on the video and a comment as well. Share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and support the channel in the future, because I am looking forward to covering challengers. I haven't covered it much up until this point, or I haven't followed it as much, but it is really fun to watch. It's a nice setting to get before the CDL kicks off on a Thursday, so it's fun to watch. It's fun to talk about. I hope you have fun watching the video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good day, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.